This story is about a boy from the Hidden Leaf Village who lives in the Shinobi world. His name is Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto's dream is to become Hokage and make everyone in the village recognize him. However, everyone in the village currently hates him due to the fact that Naruto is the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox that is sealed within him. Once upon a time, this nine-tailed fox attacked the village and took many lives with it. At that time, the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, sealed the nine-tailed fox into the newborn Naruto at the cost of his life and saved the village. 12 years have passed. Naruto has grown up. However, since he grew up without parents due to lack of attention, he began to play dirty tricks, thereby attracting the attention of others. Also, in parallel, Naruto is studying at the Shinobi Academy in order to graduate and become a genin shinobi. However, since Naruto's initial skills leave a lot to be desired, he failed as many as 4 graduation exams from the academy. Due to this, Orochimaru-sensei didn't let Naruto out of the academy and didn't allow him to get the Hidden Leaf Village headband. Then the teacher of the Ninja Academy, Mizuki, tricked Naruto into stealing a secret scroll with a description of many secret techniques. During the time that the scroll was in Naruto's hands, he learned the shadow cloning technique, which was difficult for his age. Meanwhile, a plan to intercept Naruto was announced. Orochimaru-sensei found it first and persuaded Naruto to return the scroll. However, Mizuki intervened and tried to destroy Naruto as he was a witness, but Orochimaru protected Naruto and took the hit. Naruto then used the shadow clone technique and attacked Mizuki's teacher. After seeing how much Naruto had grown, Orochimaru-sensei allowed him to graduate from the academy and become a shinobi genin of the Hidden Leaf, as well as receive the village's headband. All newly minted genin are united in teams of 3 people. Naruto made the 7th team, along with Sakura Haruno and Uchiha Sasuke. The team's sensei is Kakashi, to whom they tell their motivations for becoming shinobi. Naruto's goal is to become Hokage and gain recognition from the entire village. Sasuke's goal is to restore his clan and destroy his older brother Itachi. And Sakura is just in love with Sasuke, and she just doesn't like Naruto. Then Kakashi says that Team 7 needs to take a test, after which they will fully graduate from the academy and gain access to missions. However, if they fail it, they will go back to the academy. As a result, Team 7 successfully failed this test due to poor teamwork, and then Kakashi gave them one last chance. However, first they need to eat. The main rule is that it is forbidden to feed Naruto, as he tried to eat a bento during the bell test. During the meal, Naruto's stomach grumbled due to hunger and Sasuke shared the food with him, as he believes that a hungry Naruto would be of little use. Suddenly, Kakashi appeared and said that they had passed the test, since in the shinobi world, those who break the rules are considered scum. However, a shinobi who betrays his comrades is worse than trash. Therefore, Team 7 gets access to missions. Team 7's first mission begins. Their goal is to escort a bridge builder named Tsunade to the Land of Waves. Along the way, they meet a hired bandit, Zabuza, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, who was hired by the businessmen of the country of Waves, Gato, to destroy the builder. Kakashi decides to fight Zabuza. Kakashi uses his Sharingan, but Zabuza creates a mist and traps Kakashi in a water prison. To save Sensei, Sasuke throws a Shuriken, which turns out to be a transformed Naruto. He throws a kunai from behind and breaks Zabuza's water prison, freeing Sensei. Then Kakashi, using the Sharingan technique, copies all of Zabuza's techniques, and then is going to finish him off with the final blow. However, Haku, a student of Zabuza, appears. He fakes the destruction of the teacher, and calls himself a mercenary from the Hidden Cloud, who was tasked with destroying the traitor Zabuza. Afterwards, he takes Zabuza's body and disappears. The next day, our team gets to Tsunade's house. In the early morning, Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura set out to escort Tsunade to the bridge. They left Naruto in the hut as he was sleeping and couldn't wake up. Gato's men break into the hut and capture the builder's daughter. However, Naruto attacks the bandits with a powerful technique and then goes to the bridge to help his team. When Naruto arrives at the bridge, he sees the battle against Zabuza and Haku begin. Kakashi fights Zabuza while Naruto and Sasuke take on the Ice Haku. Sakura was tasked with protecting the builder. Haku, using the Ice Mirror technique, was able to attack the boys. Most of the blows were taken by Sasuke. Then Naruto got angry and covered himself with the chakra of the nine-tailed fox, and therefore he decides to avenge Sasuke. And he destroyed Haku's Ice Mirror technique, and also damaged his face with powerful attacks. However, Naruto stopped in time and Haku survived. Meanwhile, Kakashi destroyed Zabuza, and with the help of the Chidori, he decided to destroy the mercenary with the final blow. However, Haku protected Zabuza with his body. Suddenly, Gato appears with his bandits. He didn't want to pay Zabuza for the job, so he decided to just get rid of him. However, after Haku's departure and Naruto's fiery speech, Zabuza took a kunai in his mouth as his hands weren't functioning after the fight with Kakashi. Zabuza destroyed most of the Gato bandits and then threw the businessmen off the bridge. As a result, Haku and Zabuza went to the next world, and the bridge was named after Naruto. Team 7 returned back to the village and the Chunin Exams began. In connection with this, many teams from other villages arrived in the Leaf Village. The first part of the exam is a written test administered by Ibiki. All genin need to answer 10 questions, with the 10th question being voiced by Ibiki himself. When it came time for the 10th question, Ibiki asked all those who were afraid to fail the exam to leave the class, as all those who failed would never be able to become Chunin again. Well, everyone who remained successfully passed the test. Then Ibika explained that the first 9 questions were to test the student's ability to gather information, but the 10th question was needed in order to understand who is ready to be a shinobi. The second part of the exam was the Forest of Death. 26 teams participate, 13 of which receive the Scroll of Earth, and the remaining teams receive the Scroll of Heaven. The task of each team is to take possession of 2 types of scrolls, and then arrive at the tower in the center of the Forest of Death. There are no rules at this stage of the exam, which means you can even destroy people. At the start, Naruto, due to strong need, retreated behind a tree, where Orochimaru's snake attacked him and swallowed him. Orochimaru then attacked Sasuke. While they were fighting, Naruto got out of the snake and also joined this fight. Orochimaru then summoned a giant snake and attacked the frightened Sasuke. However, Naruto used the nine-tailed fox's chakra and stopped the attack. Orochimaru then grabbed Naruto and loosened the seal that the fox was holding back, knocking Naruto out. After Orochimaru took the scroll of the 7th team for himself, Orochimaru then gives Sasuke the cursed seal, causing Sasuke to pass out. Also, before leaving, Orochimaru said that Sasuke himself would soon find him in search of a new power, and after that he disappeared. As a result, Naruto and Sasuke lie unconscious, and therefore they are attacked by a team from the Hidden Sound. These are Shinobi and Orochimaru's henchmen. He sent them to test Sasuke's strength and then destroy him. The Sound team attack, but Rock Lee appears and stands up for Sakura as he is secretly in love with her. However, Dasu uses the loud sound technique and knocks out Rock Lee. Then Sakura enters the fight, but Kin grabs her by the hair. To free herself, Sakura cuts off her hair, but she was still attacked. Team Inoshika-cho will join the fight. At this time, Sasuke wakes up and uses the cursed seal of Orochimaru level 1, and therefore easily destroys the Hidden Sound team. Then Dasu makes a deal and gives the Scroll of Earth to the opportunity to survive. Hidden Sound team pick up the wounded and leave. Team 7 encounters Kabuto, who possesses 2 scrolls. They team up with him to find the missing Sky Scroll. They find Hidden Rain's team and retrieve their scroll. As a result, Team 7 passed to the 3rd stage of the exam. A couple of other teams also went there. Suddenly, a member of one team, Kabuto, refuses further participation and leaves. Everyone was given a month to practice before the final stage. Naruto immediately began training with Abisu to improve his chakra control. While training, Abisu spotted the hermit Jiraiya peeping at a female hot spring, and Abisu decided to stop him. However, Jiraiya summoned a toad and knocked out the trainer. Naruto tried to revive Sensei by using the 1000-year pain technique, but Abisu didn't respond. Naruto ended up leaving Abisu on the ground while he went to train with Jiraiya. During the month of training, Naruto learned the Summon Toad technique and became a full-fledged student of Jiraiya, and also first communicated with the 9-tailed fox sealed inside him. Sasuke was training with Kakashi at this time, and Dasu tried to destroy Gaara in order to be the first to fight Sasuke, but Gaara's sand kick technique knocked out Dosa. The day has come when the final stage of the exam begins. In the first fight, Naruto fought Neji, where for almost the entire fight Naruto received powerful attacks in his direction. But he did not give up and was able to defeat Neji, unexpectedly hitting Neji with an uppercut from the ground. The next fight will be between Gaara and Sasuke. However, due to Sasuke's absence, their fight was postponed. Therefore, the fight began Temari versus Shikamaru. Shikamaru won a great victory, but after that he gave up, saying that if he continued, he would be just a burden since his chakra was at 0. Sasuke suddenly appears in spectacular fashion, and their fight with Gaara begins. Sasuke injures Gaara's shoulder with a Chidori, and at the same time Hidden Sound and Hidden Sand attack the Hidden Leaf Village. Kabuto turns out to be Orochimaru's Mockingbird, so he puts everyone in the stadium to sleep with his genjutsu. However, the experienced shinobi took off their genjutsu and began to fight the intruders. The sound shinobi also summoned giant snakes and destroyed the village's wall. It turned out that Orochimaru was hiding under the mask of the Kasuke, the head of the hidden sand village. He attacked the former teacher, now the third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, and his fantastic sound 4 created a protective fire barrier so that no one interfered with the battle between Orochimaru and the third Hokage. As a result, Hiruzen, with the help of the god of another world, deprives Orochimaru of his hands and blocks the use of his techniques. After that, the third Hokage goes to heaven. Meanwhile, Temari and Kankuro grab an injured Gaara and try to retreat, but Sasuke goes after them. Kakashi then ordered his students to take his dog Pakun and go to Sasuke's aid. On the way, the boys are attacked by the Sound Ninja, who took on Shikamaru. Sasuke, at that moment, had already overtaken the fugitives, and Kankuro volunteered to detain him. However, Shino appeared and asked Sasuke to continue his pursuit, while he himself fought Kankuro. As a result of their battle, Kankuro poisoned Shino, who sucked all the chakra from Kankuro with his bugs. Meanwhile, Sasuke caught up with the fugitives, but unexpectedly, Gaara threw Temari away, and then used the power of the one-tailed sand demon sealed in him, Shukaku. Sasuke then attacks his Chidori, but Gaara withstands all of his attacks. Then the cursed seal of Orochimaru joins, due to which Sasuke cannot continue the fight. Gaara notices this and decides to finish him off, but Naruto appears and kicks Gaara back with a kick. He in response takes Sakura hostage and begins to squeeze her. Then Naruto uses the cloning technique. However, Gaara takes the final form of the one-tailed Shukaku. In response to this, Naruto summons Gamabunta, and as a result of their battle, Naruto defeats Gaara with a headbutt. After this fight, Naruto changed Gaara's worldview, and he switched to the light side of the force. Then Temari and Kankuro appeared, took Gaara and went back to their village. Team 7 also returned back to the village. After that, a farewell ceremony was held with the third Hokage who had gone to another world and other departed shinobi. 2 of the Akatsuki members infiltrate the village, Itachi Uchiha, Sasuke's older brother, and Hisama Hashigake, one of the 7 swordsmen of the mist and wielder of the same Hada sword. Sasame and Kurenai are the first to notice them, and therefore decide to capture the criminals, but they failed to do so. Kakashi joins this fight, but Itachi, with the help of Tsukuyomi, sends Kakashi to a hospital bed. At the end of the battle, Guy appears, but Akatsuki's target is the son of the 4th Hokage of the 9-tailed Jinchuriki, Naruto Uzumaki, so Itachi and Hisama decide to retreat and search for the Jinchuriki. Sasuke learned that Itachi was in the village and he was looking for Naruto, like Lightning also went to look for Naruto. Meanwhile, Akatsuki uses the beautiful girl technique to separate Naruto and Jiraiya. Then they come to Naruto and are going to capture him. At this moment, Sasuke suddenly appears, uses Chidori and attacks his older brother Uchiha Itachi, who destroyed his entire family and destroyed the Uchiha clan. However, Itachi parries the blow without any problems, and also injures Sasuke's wrist and kicks him back across the corridor. Jiraiya also came, who realized that they were trying to deceive him. At this point, Itachi picks up Sasuke and uses Tsukuyomi on him, thus sending his brother to the hospital for a couple of weeks. He also said that Sasuke is still weak, and therefore he will never see Itachi, so Sasuke needs to become many times stronger. Then Jiraiya uses the toad intestine technique, and the entire corridor turns into a toad stomach. However, Itachi uses Amaterasu's black flame technique and burns through his stomach, which is why Akatsuki disappears without a trace. While Kakashi and Sasuke are recovering, Jiraiya and Naruto go in search of Princess Tsunade. She is a legendary Sannin, just like Jiraiya and Orochimaru, and she is also the granddaughter of Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage, who was called the god of shinobi. During this quest, Jiraiya teaches Naruto the Rasengan technique, and since Orochimaru lost his arms and his techniques, he is also looking for Tsunade, since she is one of the best ninja doctors, and only she can restore his arms. In response, he invited her to resurrect his lover and younger brother. Meanwhile, Jiraiya and Naruto find Tsunade and Shizune at the bar with Tun Tun. Jiraiya immediately told Tsunade that the village had made the decision to make Tsunade the next Hokage of the Leaf Village. However, the princess refused and started insulting the previous Hokage. Naruto didn't put up with it, and Tsunade and Naruto got into a fight. Naruto used the Rasengan but was unable to hit Tsunade as he hadn't fully mastered the technique yet. Seeing the Rasengan, Tsunade made a bet to Naruto. If he could master the Rasengan by the end of the week, then she would give him her necklace, and if she did not master it, then Naruto would give her all his accumulated money and admit defeat. Meanwhile, Tsunade meets with Orochimaru again, and under the guise of treatment decides to destroy him. However, along with Orochimaru was Kabuto, and he is also a doctor. He understood Tsunade's plan, and therefore interrupted the process. Then Tsunade's fight against Kabuto and Orochimaru began. Jiraiya, Naruto and Shizune suddenly appeared and joined the fight as well. But Tsunade said that this was her fight, so she continued to fight Kabuto alone. As a result, Kabuto splashed Tsunade with a red liquid, causing Tsunade to go into panic shock. As a result, Naruto decides to fight Kabuto and Jiraiya with Orochimaru. During the fight, Kabuto damaged Naruto's leg muscles with his techniques, causing him to be unable to move, and therefore unable to hit Kabuto with the Rasengan. However, Naruto's next attack put his hand on the kunai and grabbed Kabuto's arm. He summoned a clone and showed Kabuto what the Rasengan was. However, Kabuto was fully cured, but fell unconscious as he had used up all of his chakra. Naruto also fell unconscious due to Kabuto's sneak attack while using the Rasengan. Orochimaru, seeing the defenseless Naruto, decides to destroy him. However, Tsunade protects the guy with his body, after which she is restored with the help of divine regeneration. Then the three legendary Sannin summon their creatures, and the slaughter begins again. Ultimately, Tsunade and Jiraiya attack Orochimaru, who escapes with Kabuto. After the fight, they return to the Hidden Leaf Village. Tsunade agrees to become the 5th Hokage, and she heals Kakashi and Sasuke and restores Rock Lee's shattered bones. Sakura decides to learn from Tsunade, and now Tsunade has an apprentice. Sasuke noticed that he was inferior in strength to Naruto, and therefore challenged him to a duel. Their battle took place on the roof of the hospital and ended with the clash of the strongest Chidori and Rasengan techniques. However, at the last moment, Kakashi appeared and redirected their blows. In the destroyed water tower, Sasuke thought his Chidori was stronger than Naruto's technique, but it turned out that the hole on Naruto's barrel was many times larger. After a bewildered Sasuke visited Kakashi and advised him to forget about his revenge, as it makes him weaker. After Kakashi left, the Sound Fantastic Four appeared and attacked Sasuke and then invited him to go with them to Orochimaru, where Sasuke could gain new powers. In the end, Sasuke agrees. Before leaving, he meets Sakura, who tries to stop him from becoming a deserter, but Sasuke knocks her out and leaves with the Sound Four. In the morning, everyone learns from Sakura that Sasuke has deserted. For his return, a punitive squad led by Shikamaru is created. Meanwhile, Sasuke is already eating Orochimaru's Epiphany vitamins to start the Cursed Seal's transformation. Sasuke is placed in a special barrel and closed there until the end of the transformation. During this time, Team Shikamaru overtakes the Sound of Ages. Jirobo is the first to decide to stay and delay the pursuers, but Chuoji decides to fight him. He eats a chili pill and beats up the giant from the Sound of Ages. However, after the fight, Chuoji passes out due to the side effect of this pill. Kidomaru was next to stop him, who would fight Neji. In the battle, Neji is wounded by an arrow, but with the help of a thread from his chakra, Neji overtakes Kidomaru and attacks him with a powerful technique. Meanwhile, Naruto, Shikamaru, and Kiba overtake the remaining Sound 2 and take Sasuke's barrel from them. Kiba takes on the twins Saken and Yukon, while Shikamaru takes on Teuya. Unexpectedly, Kimimaru, another henchman of Orochimaru, takes possession of the barrel with Sasuke, and Naruto goes in pursuit of him. At this time, Kiba, along with Sakamaru, attack Saken and Yukon with great difficulty. They were helped in this by Kankuro, who is now their ally, and Shikamaru attacked Teuya with her giant. He was helped in this by Temari. Naruto, on the other hand, began to fight Kimimaru, who creates super strong bones and uses them as weapons. Meanwhile, Sasuke finished his transformation and went to Orochimaru without a word. Naruto decides to follow him, but Kimimaru gets in his way. Rock Lee appears and attacks Kimimaru, while Naruto goes after Sasuke. During the fight, Rock Lee accidentally drinks ordinary sake instead of medicine, which he mistakenly confused with his medicine in a restaurant. Rock Lee turns into a drunken green beast whose movements Kimimaru cannot read. However, after the sake ends, Rock Lee comes to his senses, and Kimimaru easily reads all his blows. Unexpectedly, Gaara comes to help Rock Lee. They fight hard against the Bone One, but because of his illness at the last moment, Kimimaru leaves for another world. It also turned out that Orochimaru invited Sasuke for a reason. He wants to take over Sasuke's body and get his Sharingan, since his original target is Itachi, who has become too powerful. Meanwhile, Naruto caught up with Sasuke in the Valley of the End. At first, he gave a tough speech to reason with Sasuke, but Sasuke didn't react to these words and just continued on his way. Naruto caught up with him and began to attack, but Sasuke said that he was going to Orochimaru for new power, and if Naruto interfered with him, he would destroy him. Sasuke then cuts off the power of the cursed seal and throws Naruto into the river. He also says that his goal no longer has a place in Konoha, as he needs to gain power and take revenge on Itachi. Sasuke explained that he specifically made Naruto his friend in order to later break off his friendship with him and destroy him, and thereby awaken his Mangekyou Sharinga. Sasuke gets covered with a level 1 seal, uses Chidori and attacks Naruto. However, Naruto got angry in response, covered himself with the nine-tailed fox's chakra, recovered, and began to counterattack Sasuke. Sasuke then awakens the third Tomo from his Sharingan. He begins to see Naruto's speed attacks and counters them. Naruto goes berserk, becoming covered in fox chakra again and forming his first fox tail. Sasuke uses the second level of Orochimaru's cursed seal, growing arms like wings on his back. In this state, he creates a Chidori that is covered in black lightning. Naruto responds by creating a Rasengan that turns purple behind the fox's chakra. They attack each other at the same time. The power of their technique creates a giant black energy ball and ends with Sasuke's victory. Happy Sasuke goes to Orochimaru, and Kakashi comes for the lying Naruto and takes him to the hospital. Coming to his senses, Naruto sets a goal for himself, in any way to return Sasuke. Then Naruto and Jiraiya go to training, which will last for 2 whole years. If you want to continue, then write about it in the comments.